If you think movies inspire real-life violence, get the fuck out of here. I'm Mike Hass. I love talking about things that entertain me. Welcome to HASSCAST. And we're going to be talking about the best movies battles ever, man. There's just so many great movies that just have those big concluding moments that are just battles. Usually these battles happen at the end of the movie, and they just sum up the movie by bringing all elements just together to make this freaking great moment. And there's just... this list, I don't like putting lists in order because it's overall too opinionated. So basically, I'm just going to spout out in a well-organized fashion the best freaking, movies that are, best movie moments, best battle moments, because there's just so many great battles I've seen. And I'm just going to narrow down the best ones that I've seen. I haven't seen every movie that exists. I haven't seen Spartacus. I've heard that has some good battles. I haven't even seen Gladiator. But I have seen some other great ones, like Lord of the Rings, City of God. It's have some great battles. And let's talk about the best battles in film. Alright, this is not properly aligned. I'm going to move it closer. Okay, so we're going to start it off with the City of God ending scene. So, City of God, it's a film about a favela in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. It's a crime film set around 3 decades, 60s, 70s, early 80s, about main character Rocket, who basically photographs an entire gang war that's going on for a majority of the film. So Knockout Ned, right, is he is a part of a gang with Carrot, and he's avenging his dead family against Lil Z, which is one of the best movie villains I've ever seen. Lil Z, just see if, the scene where he grows and you get to see a whole narrated showcase of him coming up as a powerful gang lord. It's just so well shot in this cool narrated, almost like a casino style narration where it's just the music's playing in the background and everything's narrated, Casino. I like that movie better than Goodfellas, So basically, Carrot's gang with Knockout Ned versus Lil Z's gang. Epic conclusion. Our main character is an aspiring photographer, photographs the entire thing, sells it to a local newspaper, gets an internship. This movie does show a deserving moment for each people playing each other, fighting each other, because they're causing so much innocent deaths over just a really you can't, even if you have a vendetta, this movie tells you tapping into that vendetta and acting on that vendetta you should never do, because it'll just cause violence for people and just it causes nothing positive. But the fact that our main character doesn't tap into any vendetta, even though his family members have been killed by people on Lil Z, Lil Z has killed our main character's brother, he doesn't do that. And the fact that he doesn't tap into any greed or bad mindset means that he is able to move forward and leave this bad part of the city and have his career and life be positive. And this battle showcases his ability to just be a great reporter, and it's just a great positive moment for a main character, Rocket. And City of God, it's one of my favorite films. Alright, next, and everybody knows this battle is freaking amazing. The Death Star attack, A New Hope. Star Wars A New Hope, Death Star scene. So the Rebel Alliance, the Death Star is approaching their base, and they had to blow up that Death Star. And the whole movie's been leading to this because they have the plans to find out how to destroy this Death Star. And it's just one of the most, when that Death Star, and obviously spoilers for each movie I'm talking about, but when the Death Star blows up and they have that celebration, they're all handed medals, just a proud moment for each hero is fighting against the oppression of the Empire. And it's been well known that the Empire is probably symbolism for World War II and Hitler and all that. And it's just a proud, you're fighting up against some really bad oppressors. And I just love this battle sequence, because it actually it's also just when Ben Kenobi as a Force Ghost reaches out to Luke and says, use the Force, you don't need to use those machines. And it really just shows a growth where Luke has finally tapped into the Force aspect of things and successfully be a good hero. Apocalypse Now's Ride of the Valkyrie scene. Now, people say that this is the best Vietnam War film. I disagree. I think Full Metal Jacket's a bit better, but when it comes to, like, if you want a movie that shows the brutality of the Vietnam War, Apocalypse Now does it better. But if you want a movie that just shows, like, a general, like, soldiers from when they're, like, in the being trained to then, like, a really bad, hard-hitting moment, then a Full Metal Jacket's better. And also, it's more comedic. But if you want, like, a dark representation of a horrible war, Apocalypse Now does it fascinating and just in a great manner. So the Rise of the Valkyrie scene is this guy is on a mission to attack this general gone rogue and gone crazy, Colonel Kurtz. Why is Colonel the most hard, like, why is Colonel spelled like that? Like, I don't even know. It's just like, it's why Colonel. English language is so weird. Okay, so my light just went off. Whatever, bro. We're gonna keep going. So they want to blast through this village in order to just, like, get through it. And the American soldiers, they want to get to this village so this guy can get to a river to get to the main bad guy, which is Colonel Kurtz, and he's, like, has his own militia in the Cambodia. Yeah, they're trying to get to Cambodia and stuff. It's like a secret mission type thing. And yeah, they have to just blow through an entire Vietnam village, and they just, like, go crazy. Classical music starts playing. It's like, then, like, what's good is all right, they play sophisticated music as they're doing the most anarchy, like, carnage, like, that I've ever seen on film. They're playing sophisticated music that directly contrasts with what they're doing. What the American soldiers are doing is just going ham. They're all just, like, viciously murdering a bunch of, like, school children and all this crazy shit, and it's all violent and it's insane, but it's so, like, high octane, and it effectively communicates the carnage that war is. And Apocalypse Now is just, like, it's a great film that if you want a movie that delving into, like, the worst sick parts of, like, the earth, this movie does this just so well. Okay, now we're going to go to Attack of the Clones, another Star Wars battle. The Battle of Geonosis. Okay, I love the prequels, and I love Episode 2 Attack of the Clones. Don't like any, like, I don't agree with any criticisms of it. I love it. I love this movie. Now, I was just proud to see the Clone Wars kick off. Like, you know, the Clone Wars TV show is just great. And the fact that it starts off, like, here when almost all of the Jedi are basically cornered by battle droids. Most Jedi in the galaxy are just about to be killed. And then when Yoda comes in with the clones and he says, like Yoda just comes in with, like, a whole, like, unexpectedly just comes in with a bunch of clones. And, like, I'll show you a clone action figure I have right now, but, like, I'm just so hyped to talk about Battle of Geonosis. Fucking spectacular. I love being a Star Wars nerd. I watch, like, Star Wars theory every day, like, for real. Kashyyyk battle. Bunch of Wookiees fighting droids and planting bombs on their shit. Woo! You know, love that. When I saw the Wookiees just step out of a little pit and just, like, march into, like, the water just to, like, attack everything, just cool. Just to see Wookiees fight, like a bunch of Wookiees. Yeah, great. Battle of Thermopylae. Thermopylae. Damn, Greece. Why? What's up with, like, language? Why is everything so hard to pronounce? Or am I just stupid? I don't know. Battle of Thermopylae, like, it's the best looking on this list. Like, cause, like, Zack Snyder, underrated director. Batman vs Superman. I don't like that movie. 300 soldiers fighting millions of soldiers, and it's just so much well looking. I mean, the way, like, the color tone, and also the use of slow motion. I love slow motion. It's just, like, when it's in film, it's just, like, it's great, you know. And it's also a good underdog story, you know. So, Battle of Wakanda in Infinity War. Whew, it's just, like, one of the most epic moments of all of the, like, Marvel. And it's like, also it ends with, like, half of all of the Avengers dying. Good cliffhanger moment and all that. So great battle overall. And Infinity War is one of the best, like, movies I've ever seen, honestly. So, all right, 300 Rise of an Empire, most underrated epic film of all time. And the Greek ambush, like when they're all like, when they bring all the Persian ships in the fog, and they all jump off like the cliff and attack them and jump on their backs. It's so crazy. And also like the blood effects in the 300 1 and 2. I wish it was a trilogy. Why isn't it a trilogy? I'd love to say the 300 trilogy, but it's not. The blood effects in this like whole set of 2 movies are just fantastic. Like whoever did them, good job. Like you're amazing. And also the stories are all just thrilling. All have great villains. Xerxes and the girl. Battle of the 5 Armies. One of the conclusion to one of my favorite trilogies ever, Hobbit trilogy, slept on. I don't know why people don't like it. I love this trilogy, and it's visually just fun to watch, and you just always get those huge epic goosebumps when Thorin decides to not be a coward and pop out of like the mountain and decide to just like attack everybody and do his duty. Like you gotta be a hero and just like fight the orcs along with all the other people that are losing, because you just gotta help. You can't just stay in your you can't just stay with all the gold. Yeah. Battle of Helm's Deep, it's really got that good. It's another like good underdog battle, and it's not a lot of men, not a lot of elves against like millions of orcs. And you watch this battle and you think this is gonna not end well. Like you really are thinking that it's not gonna end well because of how like few numbers our protagonists have, and how you really think they're gonna lose. And then when Gandalf comes in, saves the day with them, the Rohirrim or whatever, the riders going down the hill. It's just epic. Another one of those goosebumps moments. What I love about the Lord of the Rings is like you always get those goosebumps moments where you're just proud for everything that be happening. Just like yes. Okay, that is my favorite movie battles. If you agree or think I missed out on anything, comment down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll be casting out my thoughts to you on the next HASSCAST.